Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, people? Check this out, right? We approaching today a little different. I got notes, I got everything. And today, we talk about something a little bit uncomfortable that nobody really likes to talk about, or nobody likes to talk about him because they always scared, or whatever the case may be. So today, we talking about Jay-Z. Yeah, Jay-Z. It's not that anybody exposed Jay-Z, well, besides Nicki Minaj, you know what I'm saying? But there was no viral arrest clip. There was no audio leak. There was no documentary titled The Fall of Hove, right? But yet, the energy around him feels OD different, you dig? It might be subtle, it's a little quiet, but we know it's there, except for certain people that speak out, you feel me? We really do know it's there. But the question is like, why we ain't clapping the same for Jay-Z no more? Why the internet don't look at Jay-Z what Jay-Z is anymore? I wonder what has changed. Is it that Jay Z became the villain now, and this is the era for Jay Z to be the villain? Or is it that it's just time to humble a billionaire? Is it the culture's tired of him and it's time to humble a billionaire? Like I said, I came with notes today. But before we get into that, I just want to welcome y'all back to the Think Big or Don't Think It All show. If you ain't thinking big, you think it's small. Pause. It's your boy, Think Big Goldie. You know me. I need you to like, comment, subscribe, and hype that button OD until you what? OD. We on a road to 1,000 subs, people. So again, I need you to like, comment, subscribe, and hype that button OD until you OD. But let's get into it, right? And I'm putting this picture up here. I got to put the picture of Hove looking shocked because I'm just doing it just to be doing it, right? But the billionaire problem, huh? And these things what I just wrote there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, Jay, he used to represent the ultimate hip hop fantasy. Really, the hustler that outsmarted the system, that got out, but then he did something dangerous. You feel me? And you know what he did dangerous? He won. He's gonna keep it. You're gonna keep it a stat. Dangerously, that means did something dangerous. He won, not just musically, financially, structurally, institutionally, relationship wise. He won. He quote unquote became hip hop's first billionaire, right? But here's where things get a little bit tricky, a little bit dirty. Hip hop, we all love wealth. What I said, hip hop, we love wealth, but it doesn't always love the proximity to power. Y'all got what I'm saying? Again, hip hop loves wealth, but it doesn't always love the proximity to power. There's a difference between rich and ruling class rich. Again, there's a difference between rich and ruling class rich. And this is where you go from I made it out, like I made it out the hood, to I own part of the building. The optics, what you see shifts. You feel me? We in the era, girl talk, y'all gotta pay attention. We in the era of the anti-elite. Y'all got what I'm saying? We're in the era of the anti-elite. Meaning, if you rich and you elite to an extent, you know what I'm saying? We're not really giving a fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's we don't care if you rich. It's what you doing. It's what you doing for us. What you doing for the people. You feel me? And Jay-Z, he ain't just rich. That nigga boardroom rich. He political card rich. Now he's generational wealth rich. And when everyday people are struggling financially, I wrote this down. When everyday people are struggling financially, that billionaire glow hits different, right? It does. And we gonna keep it all, we gonna keep it all in spade. Not to say that we count in his pockets. You know what I'm saying? But it just hits different. It doesn't feel aspirational anymore. It just doesn't. It feels distant, you dig? It really does. You know what I'm saying? So from what I see with Jay-Z, Jay-Z looks like, and we seen it in his character, the type of person to sit there and won't even shake your hand. You know what I'm saying? He went from the low cut Caesar, from the low cut to wanting to be Basquiat. Mm. It's funny, right? When it come to this man right here, over here, it's funny, right? How he preyed on his kind. We don't take nothing away from that man being a billionaire. Nothing. Nothing at all. We don't take nothing away from him being a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? If anything, if anything, I salute it. I salute him being a billionaire. I really do salute that he made it out. But he made it out on his people's dime, on his people's skin. And I'm not talking about the people that's within his circle. I'm giving you a prime example. When Jay did Title, when Jay had Title going on, right? And he was campaigning for Title. Jay done did, he had the B-sides concert, all of this. He had the infamous freestyle. He had the infamous freestyle where he talked about YouTube. He talked about Apple Music. He talked about Spotify and all these other streaming platforms. He was telling us, the people, he put it in the freestyle, telling us, the people, yo, invest in me, invest in me, invest in me, because they getting y'all over there. They ain't doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? They ain't doing such and such and such. Invest in me. So what do black people do? They run over because it's Jay-Z. We watched Jay-Z. We seen him come out. We seen him make it, right? What they do? Everybody ran over the Title. Everybody wanted to support Jay-Z because he was doing it for us, right? And then what happens? He sells it. He sells it. So now he sells it right to the people that he was talking about. And when he sold it and got us subscribed, I say us, even though I wasn't subscribed to Title, but I say us because it's us, right? He has us commit to it, us lock in, us give our money, us subscribe or have a subscription or whatever it is, so we can't cancel it yet or whatever. We subscribed in it. We believed in you. We believed in you. And then you sold it. And then you sold it. Didn't look back at the people. Didn't care. That's why we don't fuck with you. Musically, you're still a genius musically. Your character, your morals, you can't fuck with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's I'm just keep it all the way a stack. Everybody ain't gonna say it. And that's just a prime example right there. You know what I'm saying? So next, what I had written down, right? I said, when he did the NFL optics, right? So we're gonna talk about a moment that really happened. When Jay-Z partnered with the NFL. No, Colin was going through it. Colin Kaepernick was going through it. Y'all know the story, and if you don't know, go do your history. Colin Kaepernick was going through it. So you would think Jay-Z partnering with the NFL, if he did it, you know what I'm saying, would help Colin out, would help, you know what I'm saying, get that message across. Because Colin stood for something. Stood for something, and they exiled him, right? So you get in there, excuse me, you get in there, you talk about basically, we done kneeling. We done with that. We done with this. We done with that. Word? We done kneeling, like racism don't still exist? Like you don't got a song called The Story of OJ called Still Nigga? You know what I'm saying? You still a nigga, my boy. At the end of the day. And you looked at us crazy. You looked at us crazy. So it's just like, Jay, and I got questions. Was you trying to create change from inside? Or legitimizing the very institution being protested? Think about it again. I'm gonna ask the question again. Were you creating change from the inside or legitimizing the very institution being protested? What was you doing, right? To some, it was strategy. To others, it looked like access over activism. I'm just going to say that this is what I wrote down. And you know what the thing about perception is? It sticks longer than explanations. Well, we see it. You can't rebound once a vibe is hit. What's that joint is hit? Once we see you in a certain way, it's hard to rebound. You can't unsee what you seen. Jay, we seen you do these things, bro. We seen it. We seen it. We should have known. We should have known on some G shit. We should have known your character when it came down to Dane, and it came down to Beans at one point. And let's get into it. I gotta put his face back up there. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it. Your character was a piece of shit. Your character was a piece of shit, and this is what took the cake for me. When you had that museum in Brooklyn, yeah, you Sean, got the same name I got. Yeah, you Sean. When you had that museum in Brooklyn, right? And I didn't even have a desire to go. I ain't gonna lie. At first, I wanted to go until somebody went, right? And then I asked him about it. And I asked one question. I said, yo, was Dame Dash in the museum anywhere? You know what niggas told me? They said no. I said, now what type of person? What type of person? I don't care what you're going through. I don't care what beef it is. What type of person would not put somebody who started from the bottom with them, who, if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't even got close to where you at. If it wasn't for that man Dame fighting, pulling tooth and nail, you don't become Jay-Z. And I'm taking my time with this because this is the music era I grew up in. You don't become Jay-Z without Dame. I mean, and vice versa more so because Dame ain't really not without you because he had you to fight for. He knew what you brought to the table. And for you not to include that man in that museum, this is what people forget. Think you a piece of shit. It's wrong. That ain't our culture. That ain't what we stand for. It's not that. Colin Kaepernick going through his thing, you shit on Colin. You dig what I'm saying? Another thing is Jay, is you a culture vulture? You know what I'm saying? Because you like to pause, jump on everything that's hot at the moment that you know will boost your shit. And I'm gonna just give you a prime example. We're gonna talk about when Drake had came out. Hopped on Drake wave. Hopped on Drake wave. Hopped on Drake wave. You get a certain thing, get a certain plateau. You come out, bang. You want to diss him. Hop on his wave again. You want to diss him. Hop on his wave again. You want to diss him. Every time Nas went to go do something. Every time Nas went to go do something. After the beef and he washed you. Nas drop, you try to drop this, try to stop him. Nas do this, you try to do this. Nas had the casino, you try to do the casino, but you fail. You know what I'm saying? Are you really for the culture? Some people say, right, that when the lemonade joint happened with Jay-Z and Beyonce, right? This is what I wrote down. They said when the lemonade joint happened with Jay-Z and Beyonce, it changed. Nigga said, it wasn't just an album. It was a cultural indictment. They said even though Jay addressed his infidelity, they said right then, as far as that side of things, he lost a lot of fans. You lost a lot of women. You lost a lot of people. Being married to Beyonce, it just alone put you under the microscope. You feel me? It felt like you went off and got married. You forgot where you was from. You forgot who you are. You went from low cut Caesar, Jay Z to wanting to be Basquiat. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. I dig the paying homage and everything. Like, but come on, my nigga. Like, it's trash. It's trash, bro. Where is Sean Carter? Where is Jay Z? The actual question is, Did we ever get Jay-Z? Did we ever get Sean Carr? Or we always got the facade, and what he's showing is who he is, who he's always been. You know what I'm saying? Like, musically, that's all you had, Jay. That's all you have right now. We're gonna keep it a stack, bro. Besides, and one thing I do give to Jay, I'm not gonna talk all bad about him, but one thing I do give to Jay is that he do take care of his inner circle. His inner circle, hey, they ain't got nothing to say about it. I wouldn't have nothing to say neither. You know what I'm saying? The inner circle, but I dig it. But overall, nah, bro. Nah. So I got another thing, right? Is it that we fell out with you because of your untouchable aura? You feel me? They say, this is what they say. Jay-Z hasn't fallen, no public meltdown, no financial collapse, no embarrassing spiral. He aged into his power very gracefully. I keep it real. And the internet bonds over downfalls, you dig? The internet do want to see his downfall. I ain't gonna lie. That's why everything heightens up so much, heightens up so much. Because the internet does want to see his downfall. As of recently, Vlad just put up something on Jay-Z, like some smear drink, which went crazy. But I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad. Because at the end of the day, it still shows that he not for the people. So even though it was propaganda, even though Vlad put up something just to have him go crazy, you seen where people were still dissecting truth out of it. So even though it was quote unquote BS, it was a lot of truth in that, man. It's like, Jay, this is the people don't fuck with you, bro. Jay could drop an album today, he gonna have to low-key use bots. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody cares. Nobody really cares about him because he doesn't even touch the people. You know what's so kind of, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Your man Puff, Diddy, Love, felt like he was more for the people than the upper echelon elite that came up in our culture. We seen Diddy outside. We seen him have the charter school. We seen him wanting to really give back and be in the public. We seen him, even though he rubbing elbows with y'all, we seen him speak out against. We seen him go against the machine. Not only for his own self, but for us. You feel me? Now, all of them years when Big died, this, that, and the third, or whatever, when y'all ain't have a direction, Jay, you had a relationship with Diddy. We gonna keep it all the way funky. It wasn't just business. You had a relationship with him, just like you had a relationship with R. Kelly. But you're gonna just sit there and say, "Oh no, that was business." Nah, you had a relationship with him, and we're gonna call a spade a spade. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So now, with you, Jay-Z, Mr. Shockface, you feel me? You're in the position where old lyrics is gonna come out. They're gonna dissect the old lyrics. Old interviews is gonna resurface. Old alliances is going to get questioned. And what happened? Old lyrics did come out with you and Pharrell talking about young girl, young girl, young girl, young girl, right? What Nicki put up, pictures with you with Foxy underage, pictures with you with Beyonce underage. Ain't nobody say you was fucking them. I'm just sitting there saying it. You know what I mean? So it's just like, my boy, sad to sit there and say, I don't pray on your downfall. I don't pray on your downfall. But when I say your downfall is coming, your downfall is coming in a way that the people not gonna fuck with you. Not as far as your downfall coming pause like you going lose everything. Nah, it's not what I'm talking about. It's really not what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? But Jay, we wish that you just had a different mindset, my boy. You know what I'm saying? You go into a certain part of your life that you just feel like you too good for niggas. You know what I'm saying? Just like even looking with 50. 50 don't feel like he too good for niggas. He funny. And I don't know none of these people personally. But we could just tell by character, you dig? We can really tell by character. You know what I'm saying? And we got to keep it real. And this is what I sit there and say. Here's the truth, and the truth might sting. Jay-Z didn't change. I wrote this down. Jay-Z didn't change overnight. The culture did. Which is fact. We don't worship kings anymore. We don't. We ordered them. You heard that? We don't worship kings anymore. We ordered them. Some traits that once made him aspirational, calculated, ambitious, strategic, power focused, they all translate to cold, corporate, elitist, and detached, which is everything Jay is right now. Cold, corporate, elitist, and detached. You feel me? It's not a scandal. That's a perception evolution. Again, it's not a scandal. It's a perception evolution. You feel me? So Jay didn't fall. He ascended so high that people stopped seeing themselves in him. Pause. You heard that? Jay didn't fall. He just ascended so high that we don't recognize you, bro. And it is not sitting there saying that it's your fault like that. But we don't recognize you, gang. We don't understand who you are, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not attached to us no more. You look like we so far below you. We don't we don't relate to the same shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure Jay don't even know what a chopped cheese is, or even ate a chopped cheese. Keep it all the way a stack. I don't even think Jay ate a chopped cheese. That's how far gone and how far gone he is from us. You know what I'm saying? So the question is Jay in his villain era? Or did we just decide billionaires don't get fairy tales anymore? Is it that? He don't get the fairy tale story no more, right? It's reality, right? He ain't Jehovah. You're not God. You're not Jesus. You're Sean Carter. You're Jay-Z. In this era. Nobody cares about your status no more. For real. You know what I'm saying? Got with Beyonce. You was I for a minute. Got that money. Got this at the NFL. They said, Jay, look, we got you on the string. You want to keep getting this bread? You want that wife after you cheated? You want all of this? You want all of this to stay the same? Then you gotta shut the fuck up, my nigga. If we want you to get this business and we want your people and we need you and we need you to get the black people, yeah, come on. You gonna be the puppet. And your man LaRussell, nigga's a clown, bro. He gonna sit there and talk about Jay-Z, the reason Obama got elected. No, he's not, bro. The black people, the reason Obama got elected. It wasn't just Jay. Yeah, Jay probably had a connection with Obama, but it wasn't just Jay. It was a bunch of people that put in for that, nigga. Jay couldn't just do it by himself if black people didn't see certain views. You know what I'm saying? If we still didn't see certain things. Jay-Z is not the end all, the start all, end all, be all. You feel me? He's not. Now, Russell, you a clown. You trash anyway to me. You know what I'm saying? I just respect the hustle, but nigga, you garbage, B. Russell, you dead garbage. And I'm saying it right now. You dead garbage. I don't knock the hustle, but your rhyme, you dead garbage. What you stood for too, Russell, you a clown. You a clown. Now I don't understand why you wanted Jay-Z. You wanted to go independent. You was independent so long, but then wanted to go suck his dick. Pause. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like. You went to go suck his dick. Pause, my boy. And then want to be all on his family. So we don't even hear you. You know what I'm saying? These are the type of people that Jay-Z go after. You dig? You know what I'm saying? I give it more to J. Cole. J. Cole was under hold, but J. Cole probably seen something like, yo, we ain't on the same type of time. You know what I'm saying? And this is why people still fuck with J. Cole. J. Cole reaches out. And then speaking of the NFL, dating back to the NFL joint, like when you did the shit with Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? And not saying that Kendrick ain't deserve it, but the Super Bowl gonna be in LA this year, whatever the case may be. Or the Super, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I mean. The Super Bowl was in Cali. It's gonna be in LA. It was San Diego. It's gonna be in LA. You know what I'm saying? Coming up. Just for the culture alone, just fuck what Whitey says. Fuck what Whitey says, bro. If you gonna be there for the culture, why the culture couldn't get Wayne? We understood it. We understand. Fuck what the ratings was going to do. Fuck all that. The culture understood what was going on. The culture understood that for Wayne. We understood it. We understand Wayne don't got all the hits and ain't as polished anymore as he is. But so what? We didn't care. We just wanted to see Wayne. The culture wanted to see Lil Wayne. But yet what you do? Opportunities, opportunist. He going at you got Kendrick going at Drake. You already don't like that side. You don't want that side to win. Nicki been popping off. She been popping what she been popping. Even though I don't agree with everything Nicki is doing, you know what I'm saying? But Nicki's standing up for her, so I gotta give her that. So then you turn around and you shit on Wayne and them. Cool. Fine, no problem. You dig? You know what I'm saying? So it's just wild how we once loved this man. Pause. It's wild how we once loved him and how we can't stand him now. And that's the real culture because he ain't one of us. You know what I'm saying? He's just not one of us. You somewhere on the low with a, you feel me? You probably got your MAGA hat on, you did. You know what I mean? And again, I'm not even here for a political debate, but we just talking about Jay-Z and why the people don't fuck with you no more, bro. You know what I'm saying? You once was that dude. You once was one of us. We thought, at least we thought you once was one of us. But it feel like you so far gone, don't make no sense. That's why on some G shit, niggas fuck with Bleak more than anything right now. Even though we know Bleak is your little man, but Bleak is for the people. He reaching out. He's out here. He's outside, and he done been around it all. You dig what I'm saying? It's like, yo, Jay, you know what? Stay where you at. We don't need you. We don't need you no more. We ain't never need you in the first place, but we don't need you. Stay where you at, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because story of OJ, remember, Jay, your own words, still a nigga. Still a nigga. On that note, I appreciate y'all tapping into the Think Big or Don't Think It All show. If you ain't thinking big, you thinking small. Pause. It's your boy, Thinkbiggoldie. You know me. I need you to like, comment, subscribe, hype that button OD until you what? Until you OD. We out of here.